Hi, I'm Danielle Ortiz. I am in my fourth year of the PhD in the Political Science Department at Northwestern. COP29 is part of the UNFCCC. It's the climate negotiations. So if you know, like the Kyoto Protocol, the Paris Agreement, that's what COP is. This year it was in Baku, Azerbaijan, and I came on the trip because my work is focused on environmental political theory. So think something like environmental philosophy, so how we know the world, how we understand it, and how we communicate environmental conflict or environmental justice, right? So thinking through my work at COP, a lot of what I was focused on was advocacy and power. So how individuals and especially marginalized groups advocate for finance justice. One of the pressers that I sat in on was featuring what was called the Wisdom Keepers delegation, which was a delegation of mostly indigenous peoples from tribes all across the world. These are tribes and nations that are in similarly disadvantaged positions that are coming together in order to leverage that coalition to make demands on COP and on these international negotiators to funnel money to the global south in order to combat climate change. My broader dissertation research is focused on environmental alienation, right? It's the idea that we're separated from the environment, and I describe this as a process via colonization and capitalism, right? This is something that happens because of these systems of domination. And my dissertation is focused on developing embedded practice as a form of resistance, right? So when you engage locally, that's a way of combating this alienation, right? I go and I plant a garden. That's a connection to the environment. And if I go and sell that produce at the farmer's market, that's also embeddedness. A lot of what I focus on is on knowledge and cultural exchange, which does happen at COP, right? So the main focus is on these formal negotiations, but there's lots of political work happening at these events beyond that. So even if you don't get the finance deal that you wanted, you still have these ongoing coalitions that allow for really important political work that happens outside of these state actors. These climate conferences are hard. They're emotionally, physically taxing, and it can be really depressing. There's a lot of this process that I'm skeptical of, that I'm cynical about. But you should also be engaging in local politics that mirrors the kinds of things that you would like to see at that global level on that international stage.